or while I was bored at work, I was just thinking like, okay, so like we're bros, right? But we talk about like ponies, right? So then it hit me. There's got to be a thing we can call us. So check this out. Pros.
Pros?
Yeah,
Really?
because
Wait,
we're
wait,
bros, but we talk about ponies professionally.
wait. More like brony, am I right?
That's dumb. He'll never catch on.
Oh, please. As if anything you say ever catches on.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't, Mister. Oh no, I'm just gonna call Shine Armor and Caden's having a kid a herpity dippity doo.
Oh,
I don't know. Yowie yummy beefcake trended for a day.
hey, that was one of the best things that ever came out of season 5. I guarantee it.
Speaking of season 5, why in the mother of all that is French did it have to take this long for us to get a Fluttershy episode? This is what, episode 22?
It's episode 20. Or
This is what, episode 19?
yeah, seriously. I'm like,
I
it's
mean,
just freaking.
it's a Nightmare Night episode called Scaremaster, and like Fluttershy becomes the scare master of puppets. Dance,
So she,
dance, 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 dance.
so apparently she's a stairmaster and a scaremaster.
She's the Scaremaster,
Scaremaster.
or she's scared of stairs. I mean, I am too, but that's because I'm.
That would only be if she
Wait,
was
go
shipped
on.
with Sombra.
Oh
Just
my
saying.
god! So this episode, so like, oh, and also Firefox is being a bitch, and Google Chrome is still a dick. So I have to go without witty lower thirds for the time being. It's all right. I got tired of leaning on the fourth wall being meta anyway.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
So
much.
so the episode starts out with like Fluttershy just getting ready. The way she's barricading her house, you'd think this was the 40s and the Japanese are dropping bombs on Pearl Harbor or something. She's like bunker set, check, close the curtains, bolt down the doors, button down the hatches. We're going in. Yellow submarine or reference somewhere. And but the fucking angels just like, hey, I need carrots. And she's like, are you serious? And he's like, go. And she's like, fine. My little pony, my little. Um, and then she's like, what the fuck am I doing here? And then she's like, hey, apples, Mac and Granny, what the fuck are you doing here? If that's
And
all
it's like,
right.
and it's like we're doing our scary hay maze. And I'm just like, I could definitely see that. I've actually seen uh corn mazes where they actually have legit people out there to terrorize
I'll
you.
never touch a corn. I saw Children of the Corn when I was like 11. Fuck that. You're from Wisconsin. You have corn.
Because as they say, the internet's for corn. You know, grab it here, shuck it clear. It's corn, corn, corn.
God damn it. So Grant Smith's like, yeah, we're gonna have like eyeballs and ghosts and like incantations and shit. Yeehaw. And Fluttershy's like, no. So she goes to Twilight's house because why did she go to Twilight's house again?
She went to Twilight's house. And let me just say, the outside of the house there,
That looked genuinely
immediately,
creepy.
I legitimately was like, you know what? I like the visual style that they're putting here. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, like that was one of my favorite things about Bats was that the art direction just really shine there. Be ironically because shadows and shit, but like that part. I know this is backtracking, but like that part in Bats when they're walking through the trees and the camera's just panning right, but then you have that perspective, then the ponies just intercrossing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That was
It's
cool.
so cool.
And speaking of Bats, that
Well, apparently, Snakeskin just froze up. Hopefully, it'll be remedied soon. But That's how it goes when we do it live. Anyways, Fluttershy goes to Twilight's castle to try and get some lettuce for Angel, and you see something coming across, and I see a huge thing, like I'm just like, "Hi, Spike." Spike comes around and he just has this wonderful little double head thing. And I'm just thinking, are you seriously trying to emulate Dragon Tales here? So then she goes upstairs because she hears laughing, and they're telling different stories, and they're telling different stories. Like Rarity's just going up and saying, "Yeah, so I'm looking at the. Did I ever tell you guys the story of the haunted mannequin that brought life to all the dresses?" And Dash is like, "Wait, what happened? I just told you. The mannequin came to life and haunted all the dresses. That's all it is." Um, Fluttershy comes up and she's like, "I'm going to try and join you in the Nightmare Night festivities." I'm like, okay, that's going to be interesting. And I think Snakeskin's trying to get back onto the call, and there he is right now. Hello.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. Like, to Dom Hussein, find the secret of the magic of the Twin Towers in the Narnia through Aslo with the way through the Edgardian Leviosa and punch Voldemort in his dick. But I'm back.
Okay, you just made like 5 references there.
I'm really good at that. I've got all the Harry Potter. I could have thrown in a Calvin and Hobbes things. Oh, by the way, I solved the mystery of the spaghetti incident, and only the like 10 people that have ever read Calvin and Hobbes on the internet will know what that means. But yeah, so where did you leave off at?
I left off where Fluttershy is upstairs with the girls talking
about... So Fluttershy goes the fuck upstairs, right? And she like, "Hey guy," oh, and for some reason Rainbow Dash is back to total bitch mode this episode. I forgot how easily she can turn on me. So
now, real quick, before that, I know
you go over Spike's costume.
Yes, about Spike's costume. He has a double head and an extra foot, and I'm like, are you seriously trying to emulate Dragon Tales here? Seriously?
Is that what that was?
I don't know.
I was looking at that and I was like, what the fuck? So I thought it was cute. So they so Fluttershy is like, hey, just got a notice. The Undercover Brony is live streaming.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, let's check those assholes out. Okay, so like she's right. So Fluttershy is like, "Hey, I'm gonna join you guys for like Nightmare Night," and the girls are like, "The fuck no." No. Rarity's like, "What?" Applejack's like, "What?" Rainbow Dash is like LOL. But they're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I'm being serious when I say I love this next part. She joins in on their festivities, right? The first thing that happens is Rarity tries to find a multitude of costumes for Fluttershy, and she points out all the issues with them. That honestly, everything she points out is exactly what gets people killed in slasher movies. Mm-hmm. What if I trip on the dress? What if my head's underwater? I don't know about the chewing taffy part, but I love that because I literally thought when she said, "What if my head's underwater?" I seriously thought she was saying, "What if my head's underwater and while I'm under there, someone holds my head down?" But I'm like, no, that's probably too gnarly.
Yeah, but I love going back to the dresses. Rarity's dressed up as a mermaid.
Rarity as a mermaid. I'm actually surprised that hasn't been visualized yet.
Then then she starts bringing like all this
Applejack as a
stuff.
lion is adorable as shit.
Yep. But she's going through the dresses. She's showing like a little frilly outfit, and it's like, oh no, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. And, and then she she starts, kind of going, no, no, and then she says vampire fruit bat, definitely no. And I'm
Why
just
would
like,
she have that?
I don't know. Maybe she still got inspiration from bats. I don't know.
Inspiration, fear manifestation.
Ooh, there you go.
Callback to a decent episode.
Yep. Um, but she's like, here, get this masquerade thing on, and it's a simple black dress with a masquerade mask, and it's like, what about if I can't see out of it all the way? What if I need to turn my head left or right to see where I'm going? I'm just like, turn your head left or right. What are you thinking?
Hey, peripheral vision's important, man.
But I get you because I have been in those frickin' character costumes at Six Flags, so I totally get where she's coming from.
Yeah, if you've been to Six Flags in the Wisconsin area, John might have been Daffy Duck.
Actually,
Were you ever Batman?
No, I was
Then don't
Porky.
even
I was
talk to me.
I was Porky Pig, and I was Marvin the Martian's dog.
That's gangster as shit, son.
I know, right? It was so awesome.
Dude, did you have a space combobulating modulator, whatever the fuck that was?
No, it was pretty much just green fur in the head.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool though. So then she sell, and honestly, Fluttershy sells on just the black dress thing. I was about to say Fluttershy look nice in the black dress, but I just now realized how weird that sounds.
Well, she did look good when she had those black highlight or black lowlights in her hair from Green Isn't Your Color, so she could totally pull off the goth look.
Fluttershy would be a nicer goth than Ruby Rose.
There was actually this picture I saw that it was Twilight's like, I just learned a new spell that I could see what everybody's thinking about, and you have Rainbow Dash thinking of a Twidash Klopfic, literally Twilight looking as a mistress. You have Fluttershy that's just teen angst, teen angst, teen angst, teen angst. You have Rarity. It's just like, I wonder what everybody else is thinking. I hope my thoughts aren't that bad. and Twilight's just like, ugh, what is with you all? The Pickies is the best, though. It's all in binary code.
That's perfect. Oh, so they try pin the wing on the Nightmare Moon?
Pin the horn on Nightmare Moon.
Oh, those were horns?
Yes.
Pin the horn on the night. Okay, so pin the horn on Nightmare
I know, it sounds bad.
So they play that, and Fluttershy's like, no. So then Pinkie Pie's like, let's bob for apples. She's like, no. And what was the third of it? What was the third thing?
And you were saying that the different things that she was saying. It's like,
oh yeah,
what if for the pin the horn on Nightmare Moon? Gosh, that sounds so bad. It's literally, what if somebody steps in front of me and I'm blindfolded and I can't get out of the way? I'd be like, wouldn't you be more worried about being so dizzy than you would about being blindfolded?
Which I think someone's been killed off that way in a slasher movie I saw.
Yep. Then you have the bobbing for apples. What if my head is deep in the water and I can't hear if someone's coming up behind me? I'm just like, gosh, how many horror films have you watched, Fluttershy?
More like, how many horror films has she made if we're going off Friendship is Witchcraft, which don't because it's not that good.
Oh gosh, cult leader Fluttershy could die.
You saw, right? They had their own panels. They have, I love this. They have 9 episodes. They haven't finished episode 10 because they're burnt out. Really? You're burnt out from 9? Little Karibo isn't burnt out, and he's been going since 2008.
Yeah.
The TF2, the TFS, the Team 4-Star guys aren't burnt out, and they've been going since 2010. Nostalgia Critic somehow isn't burnt out. Well, I mean, he was, but he came to his senses like 4 or 5 months after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
We're not burnt out.
And we have over 130 videos on this page. Actually, more like 160. I don't know.
And I'm in like 60 of them.
Yep, pretty much. So then they have candies for each of the main chicks. Literally, Pinky made goodie bags.
Oh, that was sweet.
And literally. And and I love the little droids that each of them have on the end of. I love each of the droids that they have on all their freaking bags. Fluttershy looks like it's part of Beavis and Butthead or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And so Fluttershy's like, what if I'm Chewy Taffy and my mouth gets glued shut and I can't speak? And I'm just like, I'm guessing you've watched The Matrix recently, haven't you?
You know, I was about to say, how would that ever happen? But then you brought that up, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
So then they're like, what the fuck, Buzz Killington? And then she's just like, sorry, bro. And so she takes it back to their house because at some point,
well, even before that, Twilight's like, how can we make this good for you? And she's thinking, and she's like. And she's like, what if you were doing the scaring? Dash is like, her doing the scaring? Oh, wait, you're serious.
You know, I hate it whenever Dash does that shit to Fluttershy, but even I had to agree on that one. I'm like, what could she do? Be just not compliment them or something?
Yeah, something like that.
No, she should have just totally went put your hoof down on their asses. That's the... Why does Fluttershy not go cereal again? That was cool.
I know. But I love that she's like, you know what? I'm not wanting to get ahead of myself, but I think I have the perfect way to do it. And she starts creeping out backwards out of Sugar Cube Corner. She's like, meet me in my cottage in an hour.
Phrasing.
I can see everybody there. Yay! And she goes back to her cottage. I'm just like, oh gosh, she's going to go full on psycho again. They go to her college an hour later, and she has this tea party set up. And it's like, Applejack, will you pass the sugar? Oh, wait, you can't because there isn't any sugar. Rarity, go put your coat back on. Why'd I ever do that, darling? Because no one's complimented your dress. Pinkie Pie, look to your left. Have someone to pass the cucumber sandwiches. But there's nobody here. That's right. They weren't bothered to show up. And she's like, every pony, look behind you. Boom. She breaks down pony versions of like 4 different anime. She literally has a character from Dragon Ball Z. She has Sailor Moon, and she has a couple other ones dispersed in there. I'm just like, she's an otaku. That is awesome.
You know, if you're amazed by John's memorization skills, keep this in mind. He usually only watches the episodes like 2 times before we do this.
But then again, I watched the episode the second time last night. So I remember a lot of it.
I tried to watch it last night, but it wasn't on YouTube yet. I had to watch it while I was on my half at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working with some of my Mexican homies, and they're there, right? And I'm just shielding the phone away, just doing this just so I can at least hear it. And like, hey man, what are you watching? Nothing at all. We're good. We're good, Holmes. And then I'll just hear him go outside and be like, "Hey, Edward, está una what they tell you? Oh, yeah. Esta señora." And I'm like, "Fuck you, vato." I'm Mexican, so I can joke with them like that. Okay,
You're
so
like Gabriel Iglesias. You could joke about whatever you want.
so after La Familia was done hounding me about watching the Pony Show, then I remember after I watched it, I was like, there was a certain scene that's coming up later that when I watched it, I was like, I bet if I watched that with some sound, with some better sound and video quality, I'd like it better. And that's the next scene. That whole freaking corn maze thing.
Now, real quick, before I get to that, I want to point out something at the Tea Party scene. Fluttershy seems to know her friends pretty well. You would agree with that, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She seems to be like, yes, I understand what you like and what you dislike. Although she seems to be bringing her own spin on it and her own fears praying into it. It's more of, it doesn't that scare you to the bone that people will be extremely disappointed in you? And I'm just like, God damn, that really hits home right there. Because that's literally how Fluttershy has her anxiety. People being disappointed, people not loving her for who she is. And I'm just like, that's sad. That's really sad.
Also doesn't help when your best friend is Rainbow Dash.
hmm
So
Especially when I still want to ship them, yet yet I just have to sum it up to be, oh, they had an argument and they're not on the best terms with each other right now.
I mean, best friends do that, but it's like, come on, dude. They had their own bro handshake. We saw that in Games the Ponies Play.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
So so they're talking, and she's like, you know what? It's cool, guys. Go on without me. And they're like, aw. So then Angel's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's just like, I just know. No. Angel's like, go. You leave. You do stuff. And
And
she's
and
like,
I love it's right at the end of the second art of the second part before the commercials. And I love how you see that that it's like, I need to do this for my friends. I suppose you don't have any ideas that I could do? And I love how Angel's just like, oh, believe me, I will make this an evening they'll never forget.
I love Fluttershy. She's still favorite
Angel
pony.
finally having his evil side flourish from Fluttershy of all people.
So is this a face turn for Angel or a heel turn for Fluttershy?
I
You decide. So they go to the maze, right? And okay, there's one part in there that's actually kind of fucked up, but it's all dark and misty, and it's like ooh, and I can't remember what's the first thing they come across.
The first thing they come across
Is it
is
that sea of eyeballs thing?
no, that was the last thing. It started out where they're like, they have Big Mac come out as a mummy.
That's right.
and, and they're all laughing and you see Big Mac's like, oh damn, I didn't scare them again. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, just a mopey little nope. And so then it's like, what's that crackling underneath your hooves? And it's like, oh no, it must be the bones of people from beyond the grave.
It must be the hash slinging slasher.
Nosferatu. And it goes down. It's just like, this is twigs painted white. And and I will say, Applejack, I think she was dressed as the Cowardly Lion. Just saying.
Okay, I knew it had to be either that or Simba.
Hmm. And Rainbow Dash is dressed as a spaceman. You you have frickin' you have Rarity as the mermaid. You have Pinkie Pie as like a 1950s roller skater. Um, like someone you'd find at
Yeah,
a drive-in restaurant. You'd
like
also have
Sonic's.
yeah, we actually still have one over here in the Midwest called the Spot Drive-In that has been there since the 1950s. Um, then you have Twilight as some sort of weird, like, golden superhero, and I was thinking, wait, she's wearing the Mayan armor for Black Flag.
That's what that looked like.
um,
I never wore it though, just because it didn't look cool.
I loved it, honestly. I thought it was
Look,
cool.
you couldn't paint it black and red. My colors in A Creed are black and red. Anyone can have a white cloak with some red. No, fuck that, man. The Assassin's Creed are good guys, but they're not above some crooked shit. Just play Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Uh-huh. So Apple, Ribbon is like, these are just twigs painted white, and Applejack's just like, well, keep up the illusion, will ya? I'm just like, thank you. We need more people like you in haunted houses that are just like, shut up and let the illusion take over.
I know, right? I've been in those before, and you have people going like, "Aha, that's." It's like, man, you guys are dicks.
Yeah, right.
So they keep going, and then they come across
This hole
the
or something.
hole, and they what they do?
Well, there's some sort of rock that comes over the entrance, and they're like, where the hell do we go now? And it's like, I think this is one of Granny's things. I don't know, maybe they didn't tell me about this. And you see above that you have Apple Bloom, Scootaloo, and Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle looks like she's from like some British parliament.
Yeah.
Scootaloo is dressed like a Wonderbolt, and I forget what Apple Bloom was dressed as.
I can't remember either.
Ah, gosh, but
She was dressed as Applejack.
No, it wasn't that. But actually, did you spot the Where's Derpy thing?
No.
Derpy is dressed up as Princess Twilight.
Oh my god, I need to go back and find that.
It's when they're in the corn maze, the camera pans down and then pans back up, and you see her in like the top corner.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yep. But anyways, they're like, maybe we should keep going. And then you have these ghosts that are like flying at them. And this is before they fly down the hole, and this is where you actually see the derpy thing. There's ghosts that are flying behind them, and I'm just like, please turn around and see that it's a shopping list. Because they seriously looked like those same that same ghost from that SpongeBob episode.
And this show really likes intentional or unintentional SpongeBob references. Next thing you know, Pinkie Pie's just gonna drop Wumbo.
Yep, pretty much. Or no, they've actually made a SpongeBob reference for Amending Fences, where it's half of it is SpongeBob, Patrick, and Doodlebob. Then on the other side, it's Twilight, Moon Dancer, and the book version of Twilight from that episode.
Oh my god.
Minoy, Minoy.
That's the most annoying thing in the world.
It's like, I'm just thinking of where Patrick gets hit by the paper rock. It's like, where's the leak, ma'am? That was actually an episode where my dad actually laughed because I was watching it, and it's like, oh gosh, I every time I look at it, I just want to throw up. I mean, that square body, those stimpy legs, and that stupid tie. Oh, but it looks good on you, SpongeBob. But anyway, back to the episode. They're running, and they see these huge, like, sea creature monster that I see that, and I remember back to when Fluttershy was like, I gotta make it up to him. And I see how big that monster is. I'm just like, hi, Harry. I know that's you, but hi. Um, they keep running, and it gets to the point where they're stuck up in all this web stuff. And I'm just like, that's kind of cool. Did she like glue that together or something?
Yeah. And
It's
Agent
it.
Ice.
No, go on.
I would say I spaced out. Did you bring up the Granny Smith thing?
No, I didn't.
Because I would say that's the part that was fucked up because Applejack's like, hey, look, it's Granny Smith. And actually looks like her. And then they go over, she's like, Granny Smith, head topples off. And,
It's
and it's a
literally
skull.
bones.
And I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. Because, like, not only is she old, but come on, who hates Granny Smith?
Yeah, seriously. She's like
And
one of
so
the
that
best Apple family members.
So then that fucks everyone up. Then they're at the end, and then like John, there's that monster thing, that green little,
Uh-huh.
that green giant. Rah!
Yep.
And they're
Like
like,
I
"Fuck, we're
said, I'm
gonna
just like,
die."
hi, Harry.
And then they're all like, "We're gonna die," and then
Twilight transports them. They're outside, and they're somehow above the corn maze. And then you see Fluttershy turn back into Flutterbat, and
that was fucking awesome.
she was scaring them to death. And she sees them so scared, and she's just like,
No, you're
oh
forgetting the part
no.
where she swoops in and bites
Yes.
Spike's second head off.
Yes.
That was so cool. I was like, God damn, Fluttershy is still fucking metal.
Yep. And then she sees how scared they all are, and she's just like, "Oh no, I didn't want to scare you. I I like you. I loved doing that, and I love this lesson because it's like, you know, I enjoyed it, but I don't want to have my enjoyment on the sake of my friend's misery and and them being scared. I'm just like, okay, I can respect that. She's not scared of Nightmare Night, guys. She's not trying to take a step back. She's just like, it's not for me. Okay, that's awesome right
Yeah,
there.
it would have been told. I would have felt totally different if she had said, "I'm just too scared to do it," because then that makes her look weak. But her just being like, I've done it, and it's just not my thing. That's pretty realistic to how a lot of people, don't like doing stuff. And of course, people are still going to hate her for it because hating Fluttershy is just the thing to do, I guess. I mean, come on. We literally went almost the whole season with Bear. After episode, 2, we really didn't get a lot of Fluttershy. And honestly, seeing this, it reminds me of why I've always liked Fluttershy because, she's true to herself.
Mm-hmm.
And
at
adorable
least,
shit.
yes, agreed. And at least that that literally Tommy Oliver's like the only one that legitimately doesn't like her. Like, I know people that they're like, she's my least favorite of the main six, and they explain it. And I agree to some extent from their reasoning, but I do agree that some of it's just like, she tends to take a step back into her character every episode. I'm like, dude, they're adding on to her character. People don't just flip around overnight. It's gonna take time.
I
Seriously.
know, right?
And then you just have the kind of thing where at least Tommy Oliver's the only one who calls her a cheesy gordita crunch. Because even though it's the worst thing on the menu, it's still good.
Oh yeah,
We've
because that's supposed to
actually,
totally salvage it.
I know. I've actually had the Doritos version of the cheesy gordita crunch. That ain't bad. That's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Taco
So,
Bell has good food.
yes, have you had their quesarito? It's fantastic.
Actually, it's not that bad. Okay, so you know what? You know, all right, partner. You know what time it is. You know, as I look, I remember watching the episode. Maybe it's because that was the environment I was in. I thought the episode was okay. There were some cool moments, but now the moral was cool and everything, but it didn't really hit me hard like some of the other season 5 episodes and even like other Fluttershy episodes. I kind of this feels weird for me considering I love Fluttershy, but I'm kind of leaning towards a 7 on this one.
Really?
I mean, I'll probably get a second opinion when I rewatch it, but honestly, I mean, I like the story. I like what they did with Fluttershy. Characterizations were all right, but I don't know. It just felt like meh. Like Flutter, like everything Fluttershy did up into the moral. It's like yeah. I've kind of. It's not that I've seen before in the bad way, where it's like, oh, I've seen it before. They've lost all creativity. They should do. No, not like that. It's more just like I've seen it before, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. It's still pretty cool, interesting. My favorite part of that is the corn maze, and the moral doesn't really hit as heavy as say others, but I don't know. It was just meh. I'll definitely give this episode a second opinion when we do our season 5 retrospective, but for now, I'm just gonna settle on a 7.
Hmm. I'm going to settle on an 8.5 because this was a very good episode. It was kind of like on the same level as Hearthbreakers, where I'm just like, this is really good. I like this. It's enjoyable. We finally get a Fluttershy episode, um, where yeah, she's still very sad a lot of the time, but it's really nice to see Fluttershy back again. That's all I'm really gonna say.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no, that's awesome. That part's awesome.
and the fact that you have that last scene where it's literally Fluttershy constructing this huge, amazing thing, I'm just like, that is so metal. That is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my opinion on the episode. What? Oh, is next week's episode finally the like the hayfields and the McCults or something?
I'm thinking it might be. It's either next week's or the
Was it
week
the
after.
hayfields and the McCults or something? I'm looking forward to that just because, like, oh my god, they just don't even care. They're just like, yeah, bring on the controversy, son. We're friendship is magic, bitch. And I can't freaking wait.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. So yeah, one thing before we end off, we're gonna try and do this on Sundays because it actually works better with our schedules. I get a lot more sleep. And right now my work is going through peak season, which means I'm working 11-hour days, 5 days a week.
Cha-ching, though, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm taking home some major bank this season though. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. So yeah, guys, this was an awesome episode. And as we always say, peace out, Dragon.
See ya, y'all.